Basement Politics with Freddy Vazquez. Tonight, we discuss the violence in Yonkers and the veto by the mayor of the approved amended housing ordinance. Well, I want us to start off with that video. Over the 4th of July weekend, there were a string of shootings, a lot of violence. And that was just coming off the recent shooting of the 4 individuals on the No Dine Hill section. It seems to be getting worse. And I know it seems that it gets worse, and it does, when the summer is here, as people are coming out, particularly with the pandemic, people are being stuck at home, and, they're coming out and things are getting a little crazy. But I haven't really heard any of the, city officials, the elected officials address it. Not in the way that I think the residents would appreciate it being addressed. However, I must be positive as well. I did see police officers actually standing in different neighborhoods throughout Yonkers today. In fact, I saw 3 police officers in front of Alfonso's Pizza. Shout out to Alfonso's Pizzeria on Riverdale Avenue. I saw some officers in the square. I saw officers over in the No Dine Hill section as well. So there are increasing police patrols. And I know they recently hired 2 police officers. So congratulations to the Yonkers Police Probies. I wish you much success. However, I haven't really heard like a strong message from elected officials. And I know we had the holiday weekend. Many of the elected officials were coming off the primaries. The elections, the race, the campaigns were very hard for many of the candidates, and they all, want to take a break, much deserved, not criticizing for taking a vacation. But it seems like we need to really address what's going on here in Yonkers. I mean, the shootings are happening in broad daylight. There was a shooting in Grant Park that left someone dead. There was a shooting off Warburton Avenue. That's just way too many shootings in a short amount of time. That's what, 7 people shot. People have been stabbed, and people beat to almost to death, as you saw there on North Broadway. That's just by Ashburn, where the group of a gang of individuals jumped on the one man there and left him unconscious. He was left with broken teeth. He has some hemorrhaging in the brain, and police are looking for some more suspects. I believe they have caught some, but it seems like it's a reactive approach, and we need to do something more about it. We need to not just have police standing around, which is great, and that's a start, but we need to have more programs, more services, more activities, more positive things for the youth to engage. They're walking around doing absolutely nothing, standing around in the neighborhood, just there for hours during the day. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. And I think that we need to create a whole strategy. It needs to be more than just police, which is great, and that's a start. It needs to be more than just a few words from a few politicians. And I'm not criticizing. I'm not trying to be negative because I got, I got some complaints from people, from some people for some of the criticism that I've given to some of the candidates. And I'm not being personal. I'm not attacking any one individual candidate for any personal reasons. I'm just calling it like I see it. I just call it like I see it. And some people were upset because I mentioned the celebration dance that Councilwoman Pineda Corazon did as she entered the victory party after the primaries. And hey, I understand it was a hard fought race. She blew the guy out, but she got 1,046 votes. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. But there are a lot of families that are not going to be celebrating for a while. And some may never celebrate. So we have to focus on what is really important as a politician. Is it winning races? It's not the Olympics. You don't get a gold medal for winning races. This is politics, and you're an advocate. You're a public servant, and you are there to improve the community, to address the concerns of your constituents. And there were many concerns. I spoke to many of them. And one of the concerns was the lack of police patrol. And I've seen that increase. I've seen that increase. But we still need to do more. We still need to do more. And hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully things start to get better. Hopefully they'll start to implement some strategies, some ideas, get more involved, start to talk about it more, reach out to community organizers, community leaders, because there are many. There are many who want to do more, but don't feel like they have the support. Definitely don't have the funding, but the support sometimes is more important. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? So, like I said, reach out. There are a lot of people in the community looking to do positive things. They have a lot of great ideas. They want to help. They want to make a difference. So, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we start to hear more about ideas and strategies and plans and ways to address the violence, the increase in violence. It's just gone out of hand. People getting shot. I believe it was District 1, District 2, where the shootings happened. So, we have to do something about that. Definitely have to do something about that. And please, I don't want people getting upset because I say something that is a fact. It's a fact. If people are getting shot up in your district, then you're not doing your job. If it's continuing, if it's happening to be a continuous problem, then you're not doing your job. Any district, all over Yonkers, citywide, you're not doing your job. If people are complaining, if people don't see you in the neighborhood, if people are requesting more lighting, if they're requesting crossing guards, more police patrol, and more affordable housing, you have to listen to your constituents. And I understand it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. But people can't just be getting shot up in broad daylight. That can't be happening. It just can't be happening. But anyway, moving on. And I'm going to make this quick. I just want to go over some things that happened this past week. And I think the biggest thing, and politically anyway, was the announcement by Mayor Mike Spano on July 7th that he was going to veto, or he vetoed, I should say, he vetoed the city council's amendment of the approved amendment to the affordable housing ordinance, which increased it to 20% from 10%. Not all the council members voted to approve the amendment, the revisions. Two of them didn't, the Republicans. I don't think it's because they're Republicans. I just think it's because they don't agree with it. And that was Anthony Moranti, councilman for District 6, who's up for a re-election this November. He will be facing off against Tim Hodges, who recently won, obviously, in the primaries. Tim Hodges didn't do too bad. Got over 800 votes. So, I mean, if you are serious about the affordable housing ordinance being increased to 20%, you have to go out and vote for the right people, the right candidates. All right? So remember, the Republican, Anthony Moranti, he did not vote to amend the to approve the amendment, and neither did Mike Breen, Councilman Mike Breen. They didn't agree with the amendment. They agree with Mike Spano, although Mike Spano's a Democrat. So that's why I say I don't think it's because they're just Republicans. So again, like I always say, Republican, Democrat, don't focus on that. Focus on the individual, what they've done, their track record, who they are, and that's what matters. Well, a little bit about the affordable housing ordinance. It was originally passed in 2013, and it required that all developers with more than 20 units, more developers who were going to build buildings with more than 20 units, to set aside 10% of the units for families earning between 40% to 100% of the area median income. There that goes again, right? Area median income, the AMI, which is based off the Westchester County AMI. And that's another argument that some city council members have had, some elected officials. They want to use the Yonkers AMI. Although I've heard a good case for keeping it to the Westchester AMI by Westchester County legislator Christopher Johnson. Made a good point. And the reason why he agrees to keep it based off the Westchester AMI is because the federal government sets the number. So if it were to be moved or changed to now using a Yonkers AMI, then it would be up to whoever is voted, whatever elected official is in office here in Yonkers, to set that number. And there could be problems. There could be problems. So yeah, Spano says 20% is just not feasible. He's coming from an economic point of view. He says it's just not feasible. He believes that it will not be. They will not be able to increase the ordinance to 20% unless the city receive significant subsidies. Significant subsidies, and if they did not receive these subsidies, then he feels that the market rate construction and development would cease. Developers will say, "I'm out of here. We're done. We're not going to build." But what's another 10%? Really, what's really another 10%? The Ludlow Park projects that they are proposing or maybe moving forward with, that are looking to build 4 buildings there, 2 of them 10-story, 2 11-story. And they're going to have, I believe, a total of 500 or so units. So at 10% where it stands now, that would be about 50 of the units. So if they increase it to another 10%, we're talking another 50 units. So 100 or so, I believe it's 104 units, I think it would be. What's 104 units? It's not much more. It's not much more. I mean, I thought that's what the tax breaks that they were receiving were for. You see these guys' cars when they drive through Yonkers? Who's driving the Phantom truck? The white Phantom or Rolls Royce? I mean, really, what's another 50 units? And honestly, that's nothing. That's really nothing. Okay, we increase it, we'll get another 50. We're still in the same boat. We're still in the same boat. I mean, according to a study done by Westchester County on the housing situation here in Yonkers, we are in a dire need for low and affordable income housing. So realistically, I mean, you probably should be somewhere about 50% housing ordinance of 50%, you know? So, I mean, even increasing it to 20%, while it's a start, and I understand where some of the elected officials who are pushing for 20%. When I say, well, it's not that much, their reason behind is like, well, it's a start, and then we can revisit it at another time and then continue to increase it. And I think that may be the fear of Mike Spano and those who are not agreeing with it. They don't want it to get out of hand, right? So will the increase to 20% require huge subsidies? According to Mike Spano, it would cost taxpayers millions of dollars. It would be either that or market rate construction would cease altogether. Is that true? Would that really happen? Well, Stella Suchow, good evening. The affordable housing ordinance was a political stunt to gain support. Guarantee you the council knew it was going to get vetoed. Let's see who still supports it this coming meeting. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And I think I said that also in the very beginning when I heard it was passed or approved. And while two of the council members maintained their position, we did have some council people or council members change, right? And again, this is not to single them out. This is not to be negative toward them, but it's just to state facts. State facts. Corazon Pineda, she wanted 15%. She said she'd go up to 15%. John Rubel, and I'm going to be just honest and, clear. He said initially he would want to sit down and talk to developers to see if there was any potential room for an increase. However, he did not want to cease forward progress. Right. So initially, I believe it was Tasha Diaz, Shanae Williams, and City Council President who proposed the 20% ordinance. So they were 20% from get go, from day one. Day one. Right. So again, some of them did change, and like Stella Suchow said, let's see if they were genuine in their change of heart, or was it a political strategy? Right, just before the primaries, or I should say, just before the primaries, start to promote that you are actually in agreement with the 20%, and then you don't want to look like a liar. So when it comes time to vote, you move forward and agree and approve. All the while knowing in the back of your mind that it's going to get vetoed. Is that what happened? I don't know. I wasn't in those rooms. I wasn't privy to those conversations. So, I mean, but these are things that are being questioned. So when it comes time now, when Mr. City Council President Mike Hader, as he stated on his Facebook page, proposes an override of the veto, will they maintain that position? We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that's the issue, and that's the reason why the ordinance, the amendment that was approved by the city council or by not all the city council, two of them didn't, was vetoed by Mike Spano, by the mayor. He just believes that it's not feasible economically. It will halt market rate construction, or it will cost the city or taxpayers millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And this is based on a study by independent consultants that were brought in. and also by recommendations from the planning board. The planning board also was opposed to it, or is opposed to it. They still are. So there you have it. There you have it. And it just didn't make sense to me. And I'm going back to what I said in my last podcast, Unfiltered podcast, regarding the primaries and the city council presidential race. Right, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy did not initially want to negotiate with the developers. She actually criticized the current president, for wanting to do so, and then had a change of heart as well. So everyone did it about face, because the primaries, the elections were so close, or were looking close for many of the races. And as we saw, I mean, the race for city council president. The race for city council in District 4. That was very close. So people had to be strategic. And let's see, when this Yonkers City Council president proposes the override, will they maintain that position? He's proposing, or he said he will propose this override in the next regular council session. So look out for that. Let's see how that goes. That will be very interesting. But he does, Mike Caters is a big supporter and champions for more affordable housing, low income and affordable housing. And he believes it's long overdue to pass legislation that helps bring more affordable housing to Yonkers. And I agree. But I'll be here to watch it and observe and talk about it, and I'll let you guys figure it out. Stella Sucha, we need to bring in experts to look at the city's financials and the developers who want to invest. We need to find a common ground. It's easy to vote on an issue, much harder to come up with an actual plan. Bring in the experts. I agree. I mean, look, I don't know who these experts were that they brought in initially, but I think we, definitely need to have maybe a second look at it. Westchester County believes that we need to do something. They say it's really bad. 50% of renters are living in rentals that they cannot afford. And we wonder why the homeless population is increasing. All right. And another comment. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate you watching. This just told us outside developers are more important than the quality of life of residents here in Yonkers. Well, are they? And I guess that's the argument that those who oppose the developments are making, that developers are getting all the, all the special perks, special treatments. They're getting the tax breaks. They're getting to purchase city property that I don't think anyone else knew was for sale. They're pretty demanding, and they are adamantly opposed to increasing the ordinance. But Mike Spano plans on coming back with the revision. He plans on revising it and presenting that to the city council. So I don't think that he wants to leave it at 10%. And I know he has to bring it up. What that number will be, I'm not sure. My guess would be anywhere between 12 and 15%. And why I say 15%? Well, because Councilwoman from District 2 said 15%, and there's a pattern there. But it will be somewhere between 12 and 15%, I believe he's going to come back with. And that's my prediction. So anyway, we'll see. Stay tuned to Basement Politics. And before I go, I just want to go back to the violence, the recent violence, and I want to, hopefully, if there are, the youth are out there watching, young people, we need to do something better. I mean, and I understand there's not a lot there for the community. There's really not. A lot of things that are coming in are for those with different income level, income brackets or tax income brackets. So, but my message is still to the youth. think about what you're doing. Think about the decisions that you make. Think about what you are going to do each day, because we must have a plan. We must know what we are expected to do tomorrow. You can't just wake up and have idle time. You have to find something to do. And I'm always here, and I make myself available, and I'm actually looking for young guys, and girls. I have opportunities with employment. Reach out to me, politicwithfred@gmail.com. So, and for those who younger teenagers who are not able to get jobs because of their age or just having trouble finding jobs, think about what you do. Think about your actions. That one mistake can cost you everything. And it has for many people. Many people. Think about the decisions. Think about it. It's your life. And you don't want to mess it up, over one stupid decision. I've seen many kids make stupid decisions and cry and regret. And just think about it, guys. Please, you're out there in the community. Let's have fun this summer. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to leave you now. This Sunday, I will be having an interview. I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed the guest, but I have confirmed Christine Peters for Thursday, this coming Thursday, July 15th. Christine Peters is one of the founders of the Parents Seeking Solutions Coalition organization, founded to bring parents together to bring about change in the Yonkers public school system. She's a very interesting person, done a lot here in the community. I look forward to speaking with her. So she will be on at 8 on July 15th. That's Thursday, this coming Thursday. And that's part of my community leaders edition of Basement Politics. So it's not just politics. Like I've said, we're going to talk to community leaders. I hope to be bringing on some business leaders and more politicians as we near the general election. And I look forward to that. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Please like the page, like and share. Also, I have the Yonkers Connects. Please like and share that. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. And again, to the young kids out there, please think about the decisions that you're going to make. Think about it. And if you need something to do, you're looking for something productive or positive to get into, reach out to me, politicwithfred@gmail.com. You can call my office, actually, 914-476-0597. Again, that's 914-476-0597. If you are looking for some work, I may have something for you. Give me a call. If you're looking for some positive to get into, some volunteer work, an internship, I can help you with that. Okay. So, just get off the street. Let's do something positive. Let's be productive. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Freddy Vazquez, Basement Politics. I will see you hopefully this Sunday. If not, I will definitely see you on Thursday. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy